Are you ready? Because he's ready. It's Master Jeff, martial arts expert, instructor extraordinaire, and general clown. He's not afraid of coronavirus. He's not afraid of the bad guys. Master Jeff is not afraid of anything. I am so busted drinking coffee before class, and I forgot to set my OBS software to this setting. Before I started. Oh well, really with OBS, you need a producer, somebody working the switches behind the scenes. All right, guys, if you're not warmed up, you need to get warmed up because we're going to jump right into it. So in traditional karate classes, which of course means in traditional taekwondo and just about everything else, one of the common exercises and drills is to just walk down the floor in a front stance or back stance or whatever, doing your techniques, like you'd walk down the floor doing down blocks or punches or whatever. We do them occasionally in our class, but the art of the down the floor technique has been somewhat lost at our school, and we need to crank it back up, which we are doing today. So first, as we did in the earlier down the floor class, I think it was Monday, Tuesday, the days are getting away from me because I'm cooped up here in the dojo during coronavirus. But during that class, we went over this stuff, but we'll review it again right now. And that is, if you run out of space, you don't crunch up against the wall like this. You take a step back and then a step forward. Unless you're moving backwards, in which case you step forward and then take a step back. So basically you chamber for whatever you've been doing down the floor and then you execute it. Chamber, execute. For example, going down the floor, doing punches, and now I've run out of space. So I don't do this, like you see a lot of people do, I think just being silly in class. Instead, you do this. Whoops, out of space. Step back, punch, still out of space. Step back, punch. If I were moving backwards, let's say in high blocks, backwards, whoops, out of space. I would step forward and then do what I've been doing. Step forward, do what I've been doing. So you chamber, execute, chamber, execute. You don't do the little squunchy, silly moves at the end. Who just joined us? We've got Anna, Isabella. Anna is her mom. Somebody else just joined us and then they disappeared. Maybe they were shy. Could be a stranger. You know, people can get on these live stream shows anywhere on the planet Earth if they just so happen to run across the link. So today's class is advanced floor techniques. So instead of spending time doing just a down block or just a punch, we're going to start off with a combination, somewhat simple, but still it kind of bridges the gap between simple and complex. So Isabella and any other beginners, when you're doing a combination, you step forward, freeze your feet, and then do whatever, but you freeze your feet. So we'll start off with just a down block punch. So chun-bi, right leg back chun-bi, height, and then we do our down block punches. 1, good, 2, 3, 4, 5, whoops, out of space, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, everybody I see up there has done Pyongan 1 before. Everybody's familiar with Pyongan 1. If you're not, one of the combos in there is a down block, pull back, hammer fist. So why not do those down the floor? And in fact, this one's not really going to move forward unless we add another technique with it. Since you pull back, it will move forward by 1 foot length. So let's back up a minute and look at the stance when you do this. Down block, pull around, hammer fist. At the end in your hammer fist, your feet should be at an L, 1 foot length from your other foot, like that. So then if I were to step forward, down block, hammer fist, I'm 1 foot length farther along. Down block, pull back, hammer fist, I'm 1 foot length, whoop, that's a little short. 1 foot length farther along. Got it? Okay, we'll go nice and slow. By the way, I'm counting, but you guys should key up if it's okay with your parents. So you'll key up on this one. Height, so you'll down block, height, down block, height, like that. So, to me, right leg back to me, height, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. In case you're confused, let's look at that one from the side. So I'll start right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that. What other combos do we do? Oh, the very next one in Pin-on 1. How about down block, outside block? Back up again for a second. A block where your supporting hand is in the middle is a middle block, right? A block where your hand's on the outside is an outside block. So what is the combo in Pin-on 1? Where's my hand? Outside. So this is an outside block. Down block, outside block, not down block, middle block. Here we go. So to me, right leg back to me, height, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whoops, out of space, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. Did you get it? Everybody got it? I hope so. With any of these, we can always get creative and add a kick. That's like a standard add-on. So let's go back to the first one and precede the combination with a kick. To me, right leg back to me, height. So kick first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whoops, forgot the kick. 7, whoops, forgot the kick again. Whoops, out of space. 8, 9, 10. So there we go. Combination, familiar combination preceded by a kick. Well, let's see here. So we've got Pin-on 1, we've got Pin-on 2. Let's figure out how to do the first move of Pin-on 2. And let's detail that bad boy first. So we've got an outside block, which comes on the outside. and a high block, which starts off here. When you raise your arm, it's on the inside. Remember, the high block is going to make the hands of a clock face circle, not a hamster wheel circle. Your outside block hand is going to make a tabletop circle, not a back fist. From this angle, a tabletop circle, not a back fist. So if you get your high block on the outside right here, this outside block can't make a tabletop. It's left to do a back fist, right? Like this, because it can't get out. So you switch them like this, get outside. Then this hand pulls back, like that. So let's see how this bad boy works. To me, right leg back to me, height, and hana. Duel. Set. Net. Constant. Yes. You got. You do it. A hop. You. And paddle. So let's do that one from the side so you can see it. Let me see it better. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. So if you're testing for purple belt, you can rewind this later on, put that bad boy in slow-mo, and really knuckle down on those techniques. And the floor techniques are a great practice to really focus in on one particular move of a form. What else is in Pyongan 2? You got the side kick middle block, but it goes one direction and then the other. Ooh, I was going to say it doesn't move. What if we did 2 middle blocks? I get what? Cocoa nut? You said I get. Did you say, were you saying I get it? I will look to see if you finish your sentence. I get. We have subject and a verb, but we don't have an object. I get. Or maybe that's a complete sentence. I get, like you're a person who gets. I get. That's what I do. I guess it is a complete sentence, isn't it? But I have a feeling you meant I get something. Anyway, so let's look at this little combo in Pyongan 2. So with this one, we'll turn this way. Side kick ready. Kick, middle block, and then turn the other way. Side kick ready backwards, kick, middle block, side kick ready this way, side kick, middle block, and then the other way. Side kick, middle block. So, but Master Jeff, you only do that on the right side. Of course you do. What's wrong with learning it on both sides? If you learn it on both sides, that just makes you that much more familiar with the technique and thus enable you to have more control of it. Well, let's look at this from the side. So I'm starting and my form was headed this way, right? I'm headed down the floor this way. So this technique is a backwards and 2 forwards. So side kick ready. Make a high block and a down block as we get ready. And then kick, middle block, step forward, middle block. Now we're headed that way, so we side kick ready this way. Pick this leg up with a high block and down block. And then kick, middle block, middle block. We're headed this way, so we side kick ready that way. High block and down block, side kick ready, kick, middle block, side kick ready, kick, middle block, middle block. So more than doing these, of course, these live streams, I can't see you, and that's okay. It's not the function of a live stream. That is to assess you. The function of a live stream is to give you as much information as possible. I get very little feedback in the chat, and that's okay. I can plow forward, giving you a ton of information. Then your job is to do the best you can during the live stream, during the explanation, ask what pertinent questions you have, then come back to the link later and try it again until you've got it yourself. And let's see what Julia said. I meant to say I got the floor technique. Oh, she got it. Good. Did you get this last one? The side kick, middle block, backward side kick, middle block, backward side kick, middle block, etc. If you didn't, like I said, go back and rewind this bad boy. Okay, let's head on down the form. Pyongyang 2's got a great combo on the way back, doesn't it? Because I found it hard in the beginning. Yes, you only think you found that hard, sister. You're going to find this one as difficult as Japanese arithmetic, sister. So, going back toward the beginning, in Pyongyang 2, we have that really cool punch block, right? Punch, block with your feet frozen, and then kick, punch, block. So let's do that one. So chumi, right leg back, chumi, aya. So we're going to do a kick, punch, block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, you might notice my hand is, quote, not doing anything. I'm kind of getting the hang of the chamber, but I'm lousing it up. Later on, go back and watch the live stream. You'll see I'm inconsistent. So when I kick and I'm ready to do my punch, I need to chamber with this arm and pull back. Then when I kick with this hand, this foot, this arm needs to shoot out the chamber like that. And then I kick with this foot, shoot it out, punch, block. This foot, shoot it out, punch, block. So I need to shoot out the hand that's in a block. Right after I kick, I need to shoot it out. In doing the kick, you can assume a fighting position. It's just one more hand position to worry about, but you can. In that case, you'll have to just remember to shoot out the kicking leg hand for the chamber, like so. So kick, punch, block, fighting position, kick, chamber, punch, block, like that. So let's start from the beginning. Right leg back to me, and hana. Duo. Set. Net. Toss it. Yes it. Ilgap. Yadul. Aha. You. you get that one? That one's a little bit of a toughie. But as you can see, if you do that down the floor 1,000 times, you've got it on both sides, and you're able to repeat it and cycle it so that you can better know the technique. Then when it pops up in Pyongan 2, bang, you're right there. Coffee, black coffee. In case you guys didn't notice, I'll just go ahead and call it out. I will call the pocket. Been losing some weight. It started in early January late December. My family went on Christmas vacation, and I did not go for several reasons. No problem in the family or anything. Budget being one of them, and being here at the dojo for you guys being another. And number 3, a very important one, I had like 1,000 things on my honey-do list and on my me-do list that I wanted to get done. In the process of that, I just started realizing, dude, it is hard for me to bend down and pick up a stinking tool from the floor. I like get out of breath. And I thought, this is disgusting. I got to lose some weight. And so I started right then. And I thought, it's a little before New Year's resolutions, but I started right then. That's the thing about New Year's resolutions. If you have to wait till January 1st to start it, that means you don't really want it. If you want it, you're going to get started right then. Like, you know, you got a vacation with Santa Claus. You want to start now or wait till May 1st? Hello, I'm going to start now. You know, I'm going to start giving you, $5,000 a week to do with what you want. You want to start now or May 1st? Why not start now? Well, I wanted it, so I started right then. And just to be accountable to you, one of my things was I'm going to do 100 push-ups a day because I couldn't even do push-ups. Yes, I've got bad shoulders, which means I can't do push-ups like this. I have to do them shoulder width. I couldn't do any. And I would put it off on my bad shoulders, which sometimes it was, but it's usually because I was trying to push up 260 pounds of weight, bro. And then that's just like an evil cycle, dude. You can't push up because you're too heavy, so you don't burn calories, so you get heavier. So I started right then, no more Corona beer. Well, I allow myself 1 day a week, and it's Monday through Sunday, and you can't save up days. So whatever Coronas I want to drink Monday through Sunday, it can be 1 day during that week, and that's it. Then it refreshes, and it starts again the next Monday. So conceivably, I could have Coronas on Sunday night. Then in the new week, I could drink it Monday night. But then I'm going to have to wait all the way till the next Monday. So that's a couple of things. And then I'm riding my bike every day, which I love anyway. I love riding my bike. I get up like at 4 a.m. and I ride that bad boy. Another thing is no bread of any kind. You know, they tell you, oh, whole grain bread, that's what you want to eat, not the bleached flour. That's kind of like saying, oh yeah, smoke the filtered cigarettes, not the ones without the filter. The filters are so much better for you, and they are. That doesn't mean the filter ones are good for you, folks. All that processing that it takes to make any type of bread, to me, and from what I've found, it just renders it no longer a food. And I've been just fine. It's been like 4 months, and here I am. And even before then, I would only eat whole grain bread once in a while, but I cut out all bread, dude. All breads. None. No breads. And also no sugar, not even Gatorade. I tell you, Gatorade's, you need Gatorade because it's got electrolytes. You need Gatorade because it's got sugar. That's what electrolytes boil down to, salt and sugar. You don't need Gatorade, bro. You need good, clean water. What, we didn't have any premier athletes until they invented Gatorade? No, man, I bet Samson didn't drink no Gatorade. I bet what he drank was water. I wonder if he did the whole thing with wine only once a week, because all they had back then was wine. Anyway, in all seriousness, I had stopped weighing myself at 250 because I was just so disgusted. And at 250, you have to take the other little slider all the way back and take it up a notch from the 200s. You know what under 250, you can put it on the 200s, and then the slider goes up to 249. As soon as I realized I couldn't slide this slider up any farther, and I had to slide it all the way back and set the big one to 250, I just stopped weighing myself. I'm sure I was up to 260, which is a lot of weight. I'm a big guy, but still, that's a lot of weight. And my lightest a couple of days ago was 211. So I've lost like a lot of weight, 49 pounds. And one of those cases of water that we have in there weighs 24 pounds. So if you picked up 2 of those cases of drinking water in there in the lobby, that's how much Master Jeff is now gone. Funny, all of a sudden push-ups aren't a problem. I can knock them out. The most I've done in a row so far is 50. That's 50 straight, not even taking a breath. This morning I did 40s. Sometimes I'm really tired, so I can only squeeze out 20. If that's the case, that's fine. I need to do 5 sets of 20 by the time the 24 hours goes. I'm also resting 1 or sometimes 2 days a week, depending on how badly I have hammered myself. Now, let's get back to combos. Where were we? We had just done the Pyongyang 2 combo, this punch outside block, right? And so let's go on. The next one is this, which we already did. Let's move up to Pyongyang 3. We have this block up, chop, chop. Hey, that's a good one. Let's try that bad boy. So to me, right leg back to me, and hana. Do, set, net, pass it, yes it, ilgap, yadul, aha, you. All right, so that's kind of a weird one. I didn't know whether I wanted to go 2 counts, and you could. There are no rules here, folks. I'm making these up as we go. So you could do this combo like this. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Playing with my wrist technique. The down block should be like this, not like this. I think a few of them I had it like this. So pretty cool, huh? All right, all right. So what's the next one in Pyongyang 3? Oh, what about the spear hand turn, hammer fist punch? And how could we alternate that? Some of these, by the way, are going to be self-alternating. Some of them you have to alternate yourself. So you either have to add a technique so the other leg is forward, or you just do a few of them right-handed, then you do a few of them left-handed. Let's see how this one works out. So what if we left out the T block? Let's just go right into the spear hand. So right leg back to me, and hana. Yeah. No. Ooh, that one's going to be hard to reset, isn't it? Set. Net. Toss it. Yes it. Ilgap. Yadul. Aha. And you. Yeah. Puddle. toughie. But you see how had I included the T-block, it would have not been self-alternating. Let's see. So T-block, spear hand, turn, hammer fist, punch. T-block, spear hand, turn, hammer fist, punch. T-block, etc. So then the T-block always ends up on the left because the end of the cycle is a right punch. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. You would just do 10 of them starting with the left hand, 10 of them starting with the right hand so you get both sides. Cool, right? Oh, and a big one for this form is the kick, elbow, hammer, in. That one is will be really simple. So instead of to me, let's start right here. And hana. Duel. Set. Net. Pass it. Yes it. You got. You do. Whoops. You. Well, that's an interesting one, right? And so see, you just start cycling these things. The next time you go to the beach, you just walk down the beach, especially with that spear hand turn, hammer fist punch. If you can find yourself a great big open space, think of the cool stuff you could do. You could do a combination that's like 10 moves long that either alternates or doesn't self-alternate. Who cares? You just walk down the beach doing them bad boys. Fun, fun, fun. Good for you, MJ. Thank you. MJ, I never knew how to chamber for the punch. Yep, chamber for the punch, stick the other hand out and pull. And if you end up here, you just stick it out and then pull, just like that. Okay, there's one I like to do. That's the Basai move, or kind of the, well, I'll just show you. So it's going to start with a kick. And then come on 2, 1, 2. Then on the other side, 1, and you turn your body like in Basai. Now I'm facing this way, right? So I'm just going to straighten my hips. Kick. 1, 2. 1, 2. Kick. 1, 2. 1, 2. Straighten my hips. Kick. 1, 2. 1, 2. Straighten my hips. Kick. 1, 2. 1, 2. Straighten my hips. Kick. 1, 2. 1, 2. Just like that. What do you think of that one? Like that one? All right, let's try this bad boy. So to me, right leg back to me. And hana. Duel. Set. Net. Toss it. Yes it. Ilga. Yadul. Aha. And Yul. And paddle. Show. Very good. I'm losing customers. We're down to 4 observers. I just wonder who's left. Let me click on the participants and see. Participants. I'm only seeing me at this point. I hope you guys are all still there. Okay. These do not necessarily have to have hand techniques. You can do only kick combos. Let's do a simple one. Kick, turn around, side kick. To me, right leg back to me, and hana. Do. Set. Not self-alternating, is it? Net. Toss it. Yes it. So let's do it on the other side. Left leg back to me, and hana. Do. Set. Net. Pass it. Yes. So there we go. Did 6 on each side. Oh, Coconut's still here. And somebody else jumped back in as well. Doesn't matter. It's a cool thing about live streams. You can go back and watch them later. And the cool thing about you guys going back and watching them later is if the explanations I offer aren't good enough, doesn't answer your question, you ask me personally. You can email or call me or ask me when things get back to normal, such as normal is. Now, what if we wanted to make this last combo, kick, turn around, side kick, what if we wanted to make that self-alternating? All we need to do is add a step at the beginning, at the end, somewhere. So let's make it a step, turn around, side kick. Watch. So right leg to me, 1, kick, take a step, and now kick with the other leg. The other leg in respect to the first combo. In fact, in perspective of this combo, it is the same leg. So you do right kick, step forward, turn, right kick. Now look, the left is ready. So then you do left kick, step forward, turn, left kick. So let's try it down the floor. Right leg back to me, and hana. Do. Set. Net. Pass it. Yes. You got it. You do it. And you. Cool. All right, guys. It is about 10:52 till anyway. Oh, Brianna, you're the lurker. Why am I not surprised that Brianna shows up, be it visible or not? And I wonder why the participants, I think the participants only show people who have commented in the last however long. But anyway, folks, I am done. As you can tell, I am 56 years old. This stuff kills me. You guys do this stuff, yawn. I do this stuff and fake like I'm okay. But the next day I cannot move. I need to bathe in a bathtub of ice water, which I'm gonna do now if I can find enough ice. So thanks for coming, guys. And you know what? Before we go, I'll show you our latest slides, which are not really that late. We have Master Michelle's first Zoom class right there. Then we have the Carballosa kids. I love those guys. And there they are again. Valeria, you got to get that knee down a little for that side kick. I assume you're trying a side kick. And then there they are saluting the flag. That's my all-American family pick right there, dude. I'm going to stick that bad boy up in my office. And then there's my good buddy Soren's dojo logo, where I used up half my tape. And there's Lila. Got a good back stance going on, doesn't she? Somebody's been watching the live streams. And there's my main man, Alberto, getting ready for class and with a big smile. He's such an intense kid, but he's such a nice kid, such a courteous kid. There's the Susko brothers, and who is that dashing young man on the TV screen in there? And there's Jericho. I just love this one, man. It just says so perseverance, you know. Here we are in coronavirus. Everybody's got their head stuck up their butts at home, you know, huddling in fear. Not this guy. You got to stay home. Fine. I'll get me out some metal tread floor mats, throw some tape on those bad boys, and do me some front stances. And then there is Jubilee about to whack the crap out of her father, Joseph. And there's, if you see him up there, right behind Mr. Joseph, is Jericho holding him down. And that would be it. So, guys, without further ado, I am going to get the smack out of here. By the way, I don't know if you got the emails, but I am looking for something to help me get my old camcorder tapes onto my computers. All my computers have available is USB ports, but the camera goes out a 4-pin firewire. I've got a 4-pin firewire to 4-pin firewire. I've got a 4-pin firewire to 6-pin firewire, the one that looks like a tall house. It's in the email. So what I'm thinking I need is some sort of firewire to USB adapter. If anybody has any kind of firewire to USB adapter, please let me know. And I'm going to get out of here, take a bath in some ice water, drink some of it, or maybe not. Maybe I should drink some separate ice water. Thanks for coming, guys. See you later. This has been a South Miami Taekwondo live stream with Master Jeff. Avoid practicing the techniques learned in live stream with Master Jeff while drunk, stoned, sloshed, tipsy, buzzed, blotto, slammed, plowed, jolly, play-eyed, hammered, wasted, inebriated, or otherwise intoxicated. Watching live stream with Master Jeff, you acknowledge the possibility of and waive all liability for any mental laceration, occipital fracture, broken nose, acute mandibular dislocation, strained or sprained wrist, hyperextended elbow, broken ribs, bruising or bleeding, tears, sprains, fractures, dislocated shoulder, or concussion. All rights reserved. Unauthorized presentation and publication strictly prohibited.